I realize I overuse this word, but I am very, very excited to open this figure. This is a Monster Force creature from the Black Lagoon with spring-powered grappling hook and a bonus creepy Black Lagoon base with monstrous display scene. I've never owned one of these. I've never seen one of these. I don't even remember seeing these in a store. These are from Playmates. This is from 1994, so kind of around the Turtles era. And I'm not really sure if it was a show or a game or what, but you had Lance Magruder, Doc Reedy, Trip Hansen, Luke Talbot, and then you had Frankenstein, the Creature, and Dracula. And these are really cool, really well made. There's the trading card, there's the diorama, all kinds of information about the creatures themselves. The card is die cut with the creepy hand. It's got some pretty sweet card art. And I mean, look at that guy. At all the classic monsters, the creature from the Black Lagoon is my favorite by far. And I'm going to tell you a story about the creature as I unleash him from his prison of 23 years. He's been toiling away in there, waiting to just destroy. What does he like to destroy? He has immense strength, has destroyed entire villages throughout the decades, appears and disappears ominously. He possesses a supersonic shrill sound which can shatter objects, enormously strong. He's level 9. So yeah, I guess he just wants to destroy the land dwellers because they are going into his lagoon and bothering him, and they're making movies and stuff like that, and he just wants to chill, and you know, you gotta respect that, right? Anyway, I love Creature from the Black Lagoon. I went to a drive-in movie theater. This would have been around 2002, 2003 when I was in college, and look at that. That is cool. That is very cool. It's part of the diorama that's taped on there. And I went to a drive-in theater, and they had a double feature, and they were showing the Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D, and it was freaking awesome. And if you're wondering what the double feature was, it was Too Fast, Too Furious. So I went to the drive-in theater up in kind of near Hamilton, Ohio. I'm not sure the exact town. And that one's called the Holiday Auto Theater, because there's another one called Starlight Drive-In, which is in Bethel, Ohio. Both, you know, kind of just maybe 20 minutes outside of Cincinnati or so. And I go to Starlight a couple times a year. But yeah, so I saw Too Fast, Too Furious, starring Ja Rule, and I saw the Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D, and it was awesome. And unfortunately, the Too Fast, Too Furious was not in 3D. That would have been pretty slick to see that in 3D. So he's got a peg there on his foot. He can stand in this. And I've been saving this one. I got this guy was selling a bunch of carded figures on eBay, got individually, and obviously I bought quite a few from him because he had them for a pretty good price. And I normally try to stick with $5 and less, or less. Can't talk today. You know, I don't want to get too crazy. I want to kind of stay on a budget here. I'll pay a little bit more for G.I. Joes if I need to complete them, especially those Battle Corps and some of the Star Brigade that have lots of weapons. But this guy I paid a little bit more. I think I paid $9, which is still a deal. I mean, this is something I was willing to pay more for. So he has, here's Ickis and Ablina from Our Monsters. That's actually my original Ickis. You want to listen to a kind of a funny story about that? When I was a kid, I got that figure and with my grandma, and we were in the car. We go to the car wash, and you know, it's one of the ones where you get out of the car. When we get back in the car, we start driving, and I notice that my Ickis figure is gone. So we get back to my grandma's house, and she calls the car wash, and sure enough, one of the guys at the car wash had stolen my Icarus figure, but we retrieved him, and I don't know, hopefully lost his job. That's not cool, man. You don't steal a kid's toy. Alright, so he's got a treasure chest with trove. It can go atop the Black Lagoon base. It can protect his ancient source of power. Oh, that's his ancient source of power, mortality. That's cool. Immortality. It'd be kind of dumb to have a source of mortality. This is complicated. This is I knew there was going to be some work involved. I didn't know there's going to be this much work. So where does this go then? This looks like maybe over here on one of these pegs. Right there. Okay, cool, cool. This is a rock. I guess it's supposed to be gold, but it's silver, so that's kind of weird. I mean, you would think that it would be, you know, gold in color. And then here we have his spring-powered grappling hook, because, I mean, of course, the creature from Black Lagoon has a spring-powered grappling hook. It says, with the creature's strength behind it, a simple push of the button sends the spring-powered grappling hook slicing through the night. So let's see. Alright, got Icarus right there in the face. So I don't think he really needs a grappling hook, and it came apart anyway. I mean, he's a creature from the Black Lagoon, for goodness sake. Look at him. He's gonna eat some swimmers. When people making a movie. If you haven't seen the movie, I would check it out. It's really cool. If you can find it, see it in 3D, that would be even better. So I'm actually gonna scooch over here for a second and cut this out. So this diorama actually, you know, you cut it out and it you know, fits into the back of that base. So I'm gonna first kind of just cut it. Here's what I'll do. Cut it straight across like that, so we can kind of preserve the card art if we wish. And yeah, there's nothing really good on there, so I'll keep that card, that trading card or file card or whatever you want to call it. And then we'll kind of get to the details of this. So there's the creature right there. I didn't realize they had different power levels. I didn't, you know, I would think the creature would be kind of on the weaker scale, him and the mummy. Obviously Frankenstein would be the one with the best strength, and then probably Dracula and the Wolfman. He's strong. He's obviously the most vicious. It reminds me of the movie Monster Squad, if you haven't seen that. That's a classic when I was a kid. Goonies was my #1 favorite film, and then Monster Squad was #2. And Monster Squad had all the kind of classic Universal monsters in it. And there's a scene where they're, I don't know, walking around and they're by a pond or a lake or something, and the creature from the Black Lagoon comes out and takes a kid's Twinkie, and, you know, he's trying to get his older, you know, brother and his friends their attention, and he says, "Creature ate my Twinkie," and they obviously don't believe him, but it's kind of a funny part of the movie. And my kids, you know, I watched it with my kids, I think it was last Halloween, and they thought that line was pretty funny, so they'll say, "Creature ate my Twinkie" sometimes. I think the best way to position this so we can see here. One thing I didn't realize, though, when watching that film with my kids, is the number of times they said virgin. They say it many, many, many times. And so finally one time my daughter said, "What's a virgin?" And of course I had to think very quickly because they're young, and I said, "Well, it's just somebody who hasn't had a baby yet." That was my best answer for a couple of 7-year-olds. So that's what that is. But yeah, my phone died before I was able to finish the video for the creature from the Black Lagoon. Actually, it's kind of maybe a good thing, because it took me a while to cut around that background there, and you get it pretty decent. You can see there's still a few snags there, but I have to commend Playmates on this. This is really cool. So the cardboard, which is part of the card back, goes into the stand. It's got his name on it. It's got some cool details, like you can see there's like a little thing connecting there, some logs. Here's the treasure chest with some, I guess, assume that's supposed to be gold or silver, and some jewels, and that actually snaps on there. His grappling hook snaps on there as well. He stands on there on a peg, and this is just nice. This is really cool. It all fits together nicely. If you're a monster collector, it's obviously to scale with Ninja Turtles, and of the same company who made it. There were actually some Ninja Turtle, I guess a line of them that were modeled after the classic Universal monsters. So you could definitely have some of those guys interact with these. But this looks cool on the shelf. I like this. This is one of my new favorites here because of just everything that's going on with it. I think it's really, really cool, from the details down there at the base to the diorama. I mean, the grappling hook's kind of weird, but yeah, it's pretty awesome figure, and I definitely want to get some more of the Monster Force figures. So anywho, thanks for watching, and you know, if you ever see the creature from the Black Lagoon, maybe offer him a Twinkie and he'll stay out of your hair.